try and put on my gloves. Anyway, just wanted to make a really quick episode, catch everybody up on everything. The Noice Blog, we finished our Kickstarter, made the goal. It's awesome. So what's next? Well, Jesus, I gotta wait on the funds to come in. That's about like two to 3 weeks, depending on what. And then basically I'm gonna be using that money to get everyone their gifts. A lot of people actually chose, I think almost a majority of people actually chose not to get gifts, which like makes me want to give them more gifts. I don't know. So yeah, I'll take this off so I don't look so crazy. Oh, by the way, I got this hat on one of the trips for the Noice Blog. Is when I took like a bus ride all the way to St. Louis and back. I got this over in Philadelphia. So anyway, just to catch you guys up, we're still going to be producing stuff. There's still going to be a daily show. Right now, I'm actually focused on getting a day job because my main client, like I couldn't keep my main client when I was kickstarting. So yeah, I just rather get something that's a little bit more substantial and steady. I mean, it's just like how it goes when you're running a nonprofit. On top of that, we got to work on grant writing. That's the next thing. And because we overreached our goal, I have a little bit of cash to throw at grant writing processes and really just like on the 501c registration. So, you know, just to kind of let you guys know what's going on in the inner workings. We're actually having a really big staff meeting coming up. We're trying to like nail down a day, but you know, the Noice Blog's already grown staff-wise to like over 20 people, and we're all just working for free, which you know, I'm thankful, but I'm also like anxious to just like get to paying people for all their hard work. We just got a new guy on, Jalen Thompson. Like, shouts to Jalen. He helped us out doing the sound on yesterday's shoot. He's the guy with the dreads. Really fucking cool guy, man. Like, he's helping us also do with John Schneider do this series on broken windows. So it's stories of people's experience with broken windows. And if you guys don't know what broken windows is, or if you've heard me like, you know, always refer to it, I'm slipping around in this snow. I don't know how to walk in this thing. But if you guys ever heard me mention that, let me just explain that broken windows is quintessentially American apartheid. It's saying that you know, certain rules should be enforced harshly or more harshly in some areas as opposed to others, because you know, if a person sees a broken window, then they'll break another window. Stupid. Yeah, there's no factual evidence or direct correlation between penalizing some neighborhoods more harshly on rules, meaning like misdemeanor crimes or more, or you know, or like you know, things that should involve summonses or treated as misdemeanors, like things like of that nature, that if you're more harsher in your punishment, that, you know, crime will also decrease. There's no direct correlation to that. It's just a way to basically pad up the prison system and to, again, overly police black and brown neighborhoods. So John Schneider, who was actually a huge guy with Prop, with Bob Ganji and Joseph Trujillo and all these other amazing New York activists, police reform activists, he suggested that we do a series of stories of people who had their experiences with broken windows policies. So like, you know, walking your dog in a park after dark and then getting arrested for that. Basically like not having your ID on you while sitting on your own stoop. These are all real stories where people got arrested and went through the prison, the justice system because of it. You know, it's terrifying to think that that happens in our country, but it happens every day. I have a whole bunch of snow on my face. Sorry about that, guys. It's just everywhere. So anyway, look out for that series. We're gonna start production on in March, because February is a pretty busy time, and I also have to have time to, you know, job search. Also, guys, if you know any awesome good leads, flip my name around. Definitely let me know. On top of that, I just want to point out this whole thing with Jeff Sessions. Like, all right, I don't know if you guys heard that during the student confirmation, we had Senator Elizabeth Warren read a letter from Coretta Scott King talking about Jeff Sessions and saying like, hey, this guy's gonna basically be in the way of civil rights. Guy. No, so like Coretta Scott King or whatever wrote a letter basically criticizing Jeff Sessions and saying that, you know, the guy, he fucking sued civil rights activists for you know, trying to help black voters in the South in Alabama vote. He tried to say that they were trying to do voter fraud, which of course was a lie. It was just a scare tactic, and you know, that basically cost him his nomination to the judgeship. Now it's back in the 80s. Now he's going to be Attorney General, and so you know, Senator Elizabeth Warren read that in Congress And Congress used this thing called Rule 19, which hasn't been enforced in the last like 30, 40 years, but for some reason they wanted to use it now. And basically it's a rule that says you can't impute a fellow senator on the Congress floor. Again, I don't really think they're thinking about the fact that, you know, what happens if you, hold on, let me make sure I'm going the right way. No, all right, I'm going right the way. Sorry. I don't think they're thinking about the fact of, like, you know, if a senator gets appointed to a cabinet position, like, what the fuck? That means that you can appoint any senator to a cabinet position? Ugh. I mean, basically, that quintessentially comes down to this. Rule 19 saying that you can't impute another senator, aka you can't insult another senator on the floor. That's because I think back in the 1800s, these two senators got into an actual like fist fight in Congress, so they're like, all right, no insults. I don't think they're thinking about the fact that, like, what if you appoint a senator to a cabinet position? If you are gonna say, hey, this guy is an actual neo-Confederate, and you have proof, and you have a civil rights legend or icon who wrote a letter to literally tell Congress, hey, don't appoint this guy to a federal judgeship, I think that doesn't really relate. That's a real criticism. It's not an insult. I don't know. It's basically wonky, and it has been used in other cases where senators have been appointed to cabinet positions. So they're just trying to shut up Elizabeth Warren. And then there's a huge irony of another fucking senator who's another Democrat, but he's a guy this time, and he ended up speaking up or whatever and saying, like, hey, I'm gonna read the same thing. Reads it, no one interrupts him. Now, some people are making the argument to say, like, well, they didn't, oh, I'm out of shape, guys, I'm so sorry. They made the argument that, you know, he basically held all the criticism that Edgar Scott King had, the direct criticism, till the end of the letter. So he admitted the stuff that Elizabeth Warren read. At the end of the day, I don't think that's really a very valid or efficient rule when it comes to having a very clear cabinet hearing or cabinet position hearing. Yeah, so I just want to point that out. I'm trying to do this like little short series. Jalen like suggested it. I feel like a few people suggested just that. Like I just do like really quick thing where I point out things in the news where it's just like hypocritical. Another thing is I don't know y'all remember Merrick Garland. Hey, sorry. I don't know y'all remember Merrick Garland and his one, which by the way I was kind of upset with Obama for picking such a like lame lame pick for Supreme Court, but the Republicans tried to they basically. Oh man, I think I'm lost here. Nope, I'm right. I'm on the right track. The Republicans basically stalled the approval of Merrick Garland, appointment of Merrick Garland to the Supreme Court for a year, over a year. They basically stalled this thing, and all of a sudden, when they want to fucking pick a replacement for Scalia, all of a sudden it's like, well, you guys got to do your due diligence, and they totally forget the whole fact that they stalled and did exactly what the Democrats are doing now. It's just huge hypocritical stuff. Anyway, yeah, I'll keep pointing that stuff out, kind of, pointing out the hypocrisy or whatever when it comes to the Republican Party. It is kind of crazy, and at this point, like, big tip for you would be just like to always review and question whether or not this is something that they say like this is the most transparent presidency in the history of the United States. No, it's fucking not. Fact check it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different constructions that are happening, but those are the two. The one with Elizabeth Warren telling her to shut up and coming up with some archaic rule that they don't enforce later on, and then the whole thing with this appointmentship of Goish, I think his name is, or whatever, who's like just a staunch, okay. I need to like take a break or something, dude. This nominee that Trump has, this Goish or whatever, and the recent news about this guy, because he makes very little waves, which I don't really like. You know what I mean? If you don't really know where a person stands, you have no idea. You don't know whether or not you can trust him. I'd rather him just be like very much far right, blah blah, because at least we know. But this guy, he's trying to play both sides. He actually criticized Trump, and everyone was like, "Oh, this might appeal to Democrats." No, it's clearly a strategic move. He criticized Trump over his tweets about the judge putting a temporary restraining order. Oh wait, hold up. Someone made a great work. Glad to see progress of the show. Thank you. Thanks, Hat. Yo, appreciate that, bro. Yo, and then hold up. I just noticed some people made comments. So hold it real quick. Oh. Yo, T, what's up, bro? How you doing, brother? All right, sorry, let me go back in. All right, so, anyway, shit, I forgot where was I at? Oh, yeah. So, make a long story short, they're making a point that, like, this judge nominee for Supreme Court, like, said, hey, Trump, oh, it was so bad that he said the sweet, and that should make it more like appeasing to nominate him. No, like the dude's like still mad conservative. He doesn't really approve of anything. It wasn't on policy. He was saying that, oh, that's a little bit insensitive. I don't give a crap about sensitive. Where are your policies at, dude? Anyway, that's all I got for you guys now. Shit. Got way too much fucking snow on me right now. It's ridiculous. Anyway, look out for the next upcoming episodes of Lost Boys. The first one's gonna come out in March. I'm kind of like putting that around my birthday and shit. There's gonna be a viewing party later on that that Glenn and Elliot and I and everyone else we're planning on. So look out for that. And whew, I need to actually start going back to the gym. All right, guys. I'll catch you later. Definitely look out for another episode. I'm starting to release these little mini things or whatever because they're quicker turnaround. I'm still working on this Austin video, but again, like I gotta get back to find a day job. So forgive me if things are a little bit, scale it back. But you know, the team's fucking doing great. Look out for a lot more articles that are coming out today and tomorrow. That's it. That's all I got. Always question, always explore. I can barely see the screen. There's so much snow in my eyes. It's insane. All right, gal. Peace.